Well, hey, uh, happy birthday to my brother. I'm going to be shaving with the safety razor today, and it's going to be with the Merkur Long Handle Progress, which is an adjustable razor. Let's see the numbers. Okay. First thing you want to do is prep. I already have mostly. Got my badger brush ready to go. The WSP HM High Mountain Badger. It's a great little brush. It's been soaking the whole shower. Don't really feel the need to do that with badger brushes, but you know, still helps it to be pliable and be ready once you get out of the shower, so it's just one less step. The cream that I'll be using today is shaving cream, Taylor of Oldbon, and this is the sandalwood. It's a cream. Has kind of a strong scent for me. I still like the scent, but as you can tell, I use it. But if I had to order it again, I probably would not, just because the scent's just a little too strong. But it's a great product and lathers easily. And one of the things across the board for Taylor of Oldbon, I've also tried samples of the German, or German, however you want to pronounce it, shaving cream as well, and it seemed to lather about the same from what I could tell. So I'm going to use this as my base to just kind of walk through the steps. For those that haven't prepared a beard, or their face, what you would want to do, which I have here, but I don't need to, just going through the steps, is you could hold this up to your face. This is pretty warm water, hot, not scalding. And just hold it up to kind of relax your hairs. Get those follicles and pores ready to go. No need to dry off right afterwards. I'm going to wring it out just so it's not sitting here sopping wet. Set that down to the side. I'm going to load my razor real quick. I'll be using the Balzano blade, which I like a lot. Pretty smooth and sharp blade. Cost-wise, it probably would take you out of the index as something that maybe a budget-minded person wouldn't want to spend, because there are other blades that cut just as well and as smooth and cost less. But I like the blade, and so I wasn't afraid to spend a little bit to get several 5-blade packages. With the Merkur Progress, you want to load it so that this triangle, and drop the DE blade over and let it sit on the posts. There's a little tiny tick mark there. that goes for these razors, that has to line up above that. Alright, and then carefully watch the blade. You will tighten it down, and for me, I like to take it all the way down as far as it'll go, and then I'll come back up to open it up. I'll do the calibration on mine off a little bit, so I'm at 1 right, or at 5 right now to start, even though it's shut all the way. So I'll just have to keep a mental picture in my mind. That's one thing about these, is that sometimes they can get off like that. I've been messing with the adjustments a little bit just by lightly torquing this part back either way to try to get it a little bit more solid here and here where it raises. See how it goes up to give you more blade and goes back down. Well, what's been happening, which, okay, you can see it a little bit there, is I got more exposure here than I do on this side, and as a consequence of that, I get more of this instead of being flat. So that's been buggering me. Been trying to figure out how I could do it. May not even be able to correct it, but in any way, I've been working with that, trying to figure it out, and I don't know what a solution is to that. So I'm going to eyeball it, and since my numbers were off, I'm going to go to what should be about a 3, because that's what I normally like to work with, which is about that much blade. And I'm going with about 5 days growth here. Alright, gonna wet real quick since I loaded that up. So with the creams, they generally being easier to lather with than a hard soap. Some hard soaps just are a little bit more tricky with different water out of the pipes. And so I just shook out all the water, nothing coming out. I'm going to put it back in my cup that has water. I'm going to draw it up in there. And alright, so there's still some in there. There we go. And that's about all it takes. I wanted to show it here. I'll clean that up down there later. I'm going to empty out my cup, because I'm going to cup mug lather. Take it to it. Doesn't take many swirls with the cream. It's going to load it up. I don't mind if that excess kind of drips out there, that's fine with me. And however long that was, that's plenty right there. Plenty of product loaded on there. I'm not going to have any problems with this drying since I'm not straight shaving. It won't be on my face long enough. Alright. Tighten back up my jar.